Hi, this is Caroline. Come on into my craft room. And today I'm going to show you little golden books. These are little golden books that I'm planning on making journals out of. I have the ones that I think that I'm going to work on next in order because I like working on little golden books when I have several of the same story. So I have two of each one of those. That might do. I like having three. Sometimes I don't find them. They're always secondhand little books I might buy for $1 or less. But yeah, so these are ones I hope to make. Before I give it all up, I don't buy anymore. I've been buying them, for several years. I don't buy them anymore. But if there's one that I need, like if I have only two of Golden Book, I'll go and search at yard sales and things and see if I can find just that one more to go with it. But I stopped buying them, and I want to make journals of the ones I have. There's several here now. This bunch over here are my workbooks. I will take pages out of them. Well, not Franklin, but like the little happy birds and things and the ABCs. I'd usually just add it to the journals, just extra little pages if it goes with the journal I'm working on. These books here I have been taking pages out of, nice big animal things, but they're I don't know these stories, but they're gnomes and fairies, and they're all like different seasons. I have been taking, like I say, pages out of them, but I think there might be one that I didn't touch yet, and I might make a journal out of that one and put all the seasons in the book. Here's my Peter Rabbit leftovers. Some of them I didn't touch at all. So if you need a little Peter Rabbit for your collection, I'll send it to you. Because I don't want to buy any more and I don't want to make any more. I think I have two Peter Rabbits. I have lots of, what are they, Christmas. Now I do have a shelf full of Christmas journals. Some are repeats, like, the night before Christmas and things. I might work on them again. Like I might keep my Christmas ones, but I'll share any pages. If you need some pages, if you're making a Christmas journal, you just let me know. I'll just take out some pages of these books and just send them to you, just for fillers in your books. These are all my Christmas ones up on this top shelf. So, the shelf is full. I don't care to make another shelf. And these are little golden books and plus other books that, I made journals. Here's the Peter Rabbit one. And I use a lot of the little Peter Rabbit ones in other stories. If there was a rabbit involved or little animals, I would just stick them in the journals just freely. Now, to make journals, if you never made journals before, you can, not always sew them in. The sewing them in might be a little difficult when you're first starting off, but these little ring binder things, that's a good idea. And with little ribbons or little circle, just that one there is an altered book, so you can make a journal out of an altered book. Just haul pages out and fill in things. Or you make your own. This is like, Alice in Wonderland and a mix of all different kinds of little journals. Over here, one for George and all the music. And if you want to see these journals, these are like in playlists, like George there with the music. Every page there was done to a song, like an actual done to a song. Now I do put a lot of songs to my journals, but the George one was done just for songs. Yeah, so I'm showing you now like the different journals that I have there. Spring ones, three little kittens. And if you want just me to show you again, I'll show you again. And if you want to see just each one, which I have, I'll haul them all out to show you. I just want to spend some time right now while I'm letting my little seeds grow and the weather to get better, so I think I got a month before I can actually go into the garden and start all the planting that I have done there. So I'm going to make this little three bear a golden book. It's a small one. It's like a jelly bean size, but it's not called a jelly bean. I have a Christmas one. It's a jelly beans. It's a little golden book, but they call them jelly beans. But this one is a little golden book. Now, this one is different. I've never come across one that's like this before. I thought maybe it was glued in. I'm not sure how it was. You can see the dent there, so it's not stapled in like really little golden books, I take off the golden spine, take the staples out, and take the whole book apart and make a new spine. But this one, it doesn't have the staples, so I'm thinking that it was glued in. And so I'm just going to show you how you can just take them apart. You figure out how to take it apart. Usually, little golden books are two staples, and I try to save the golden spine and use it as a bookmark. Or there's several ways of doing it. You just cut the book in two and just make a new spine. Some people just, if you're using the ring binders, the rings, just punch holes in everything, and you don't worry about it. The rings are really good to use because then you can always add paper to it. But I keep the story intact in order so you can actually read the story. Some people just use, just like you say, like the other little ones, you just use loose papers and just show things in other journals. I'm going to try to figure out this now, and I do figure it out. I'm thinking it's only one signature. That means just one group of papers. So yeah, just tear it there because it's not stapled. It was glued to the cover. There it is. And see, now I'm saving the whole golden spine in the back. I never did that before. So that's different. And it is only one signature, so I can't take it apart there. So how was it held together? Maybe glue. And then I found out it was thread. So it's sewn together as one signature. I'm going to take it apart, of course, because I want to put my papers in between the pages. Now, you don't necessarily have to do any of this. In order to make a journal, you can just glue pages to these pages. Just fold your paper and fit it there and just be like a flip. You don't have to take the book apart at all. It's just to make a journal. You're just adding colored pages and patterns and things of your own to it. But what usually happens is that papers and pages are taken apart and you get a piece of paper, fold it, and so the paper that you're folding is going to be on both sides, right? Because it's going to be the same paper. You don't have to do that either. You can take two pieces of paper, put them together, and so it's not the same paper that you're seeing when you come to the other side of the book. It's all up to you. It's yours. And if you're not planning on selling it, just putting it on a shelf. It doesn't matter. But yeah, so I'm trying not to, cut through the pages now. I just want to keep them whole because I'm not sure how I'm going to do it. I might end up cutting these pages, apart just so I can put more papers in between, and I'm not limited to just, how many papers I can put in between. And I don't want the same amount on the other side. I don't want to be a alligator mouth kind of thing. But there it is. Now, since I'm keeping the golden spine that's on the book, which I don't know if that's glued on, because usually I use a heat gun and get that golden spine off, but I didn't really look at it. I think it is. You can just take it off. What usually happens, I make my own little spine with these papers. Spine. You can use like a cereal box, just cut it. This one's a bit thick for this book, but that is what I'm thinking that is going to happen is I'm going to make a spine for the inside and sew the signature back onto that spine and then glue the spine onto the book. So you'll need, when I get there, you'll need to get something that will go out into the book to keep it together. Anyway, that's another story. That's another day. But right now, I'm just showing you that I could fold it like this now that I have it apart, and where the book used to bend, I can make that area for a spine, and then the pages can go in. And then I have to make sure that the page is going to fit the book. So you see where it was sewn together, there's a space there. So you can actually cut it and put it back in a book. But look, see, now it's too long, and especially if I fold the spine, then it's really going to stick out. So I had to figure out how to make these pages fit back in, and especially when you add paper, because when you add paper, it's making up more space, so it's going to stick out even more. But there is a little trick to it, because I have made a little golden book before that if you fold it, then that becomes a little edge, and it could be a pocket. You can stick something there, and you have to sew the signature back together with the fold. Let me see if I can find a book. Here it is. The Little Red Hen is one of my first journals that I've made. It's probably the first. No, Little Red Riding Hood was first. So the Little Red Hen, that's what I did. I had to figure out how to put more pages in. And in order to do that, and to get this book page to be the right size, I folded where it was joined. Right here, you see, so I folded, that was the paper that I folded. I just folded it over. Now I just glued that one on, but then, yeah, you just glue it back onto a page that you're adding, like a music page or, paper. Right here, like, see, I just glued it over to the next page. Right here. Now see, I don't know how it's done, but I know that I left it so I left the edge there so you can add something to it. See that? See how I joined that envelope onto that little fold? But how did I don't remember. How did I put that page onto that one now? Oh, it must have been the next page over. To keep the two pages together, I brought over the page and folded them together as two pages. So you have a seam of two pages. Yeah. You can do whatever you want. You can cut this all up to single pages, which I would recommend to number them so you won't follow the order of the story if that's the way you want it to be, as still a storybook and you can read it. You can cut it all singles, especially if you're going to put the little ring binders in it, ring holders in it, then they're all going to be single pages anyway. So all that can be cut off. You don't have to worry about sewing it or how you're going to figure it out. It's all going to be the same. I might do that yet. I might just cut that book right off, cut the golden thing off. I did that before for my ring binder once. Just cut that whole golden part off and then just punch holes in everything and cut every single page separately. You can put as many papers in between each one as you want, which is quite easy to do. And you can put it together with ribbons or whatever. Or you can try to sew it in. I don't know where I'm going with this. I just know I have some time to play with it. And, I'm no expert. I just made a few. But if you're going to make a journal with a little book, yeah, you got to take it apart, okay? Good luck. Thanks for coming by.